Afghanistan's leaders came to this summit with a blunt message. The US and its allies may have war fatigue, but the 14-year NATO presence will be followed by defeat unless there's a longer-term commitment. Barack Obama has already slowed the drawdown of forces, and the Pentagon is paying $3.5 billion in support of Afghan forces this year alone. Now other NATO allies are delivering.
Afghanistan still faces serious instability and violence, so our continued political, military and financial engagement is of great importance. Afghanistan does not stand alone, and we are committed for the long haul.
For Afghan forces, it means there's a financial commitment through to 2020. And an assurance of between 12,000 to 13,000 troops, including US forces, staying into 2017. NATO member states are only too aware of what the Afghan forces are up against with such a resurgent Taliban. Not only that, the presence of ISIL and Al-Qaeda too. But can the Afghan army be effective when there are so many issues within? The chief one, corruption. Al Jazeera put to Afghanistan's chief executive, ABDULLAH, reports of so-called ghost soldiers, officers pocketing salaries for troops who don't exist.
I would say that what we inherited was a difficult and challenging situation, and some of those problems that you yourself referred to existed. And part of it will still take time before we will be able to address it. There is no doubt that the reform process, which has started in the security section since the formation of the unity government, has yielded result. And it's because of those results, and also because of the willingness of the Afghan forces to deal with the enemies of Afghanistan in the terrorist groups, which are enemies of the world, that we have gained the confidence of the partners, NATO partners and otherwise. And today's decision by NATO partners, it was a vote of confidence.
On ISIL, NATO has announced it will provide AWACS surveillance aircraft for coalition forces, and it's going to run training for forces in Iraq and Jordan. Poland's national stadium has been the venue for far-reaching moves by NATO right across the globe. But whether its declaration of unity on all issues lasts the course can't be guaranteed. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Warsaw, Poland.